Hey guys, Deadly here. I wanted you all to check the description below and go subscribe to Gothic Librarian. She's been doing amazing work on her channel, and I'll provide a link down below to one of her videos and her channel. So please, sit back, enjoy, and just keep watching, my fellow listeners. Just keep listening. A little background first. I'm an 18-year-old Italian girl. I live in a small town. Cool and nice place. I usually hang out with a few friends in the evening or in the afternoon. This time I was with my girlfriend. A nice girl, but also easily spooked or creeped out by events in general. Most of the time I didn't pay attention to her worries. But that day was different. 5 p.m. sunny. We're at a town center, walking down the main road, when 3 guys started staring at us from the distance. My friend immediately started worrying, telling me to stay close to her. I wasn't worried, so all I thought was they were looking at her casual outfit. Nothing more. They were going to cross the street until 2 of them stopped, waiting for us to pass. My head started telling me stuff that I was a little odd, so we walked faster and before and past them. They were right behind us, really close, like they wanted to join our little group. At that point, my friend proceeded, grabbing my hand and lifted it up in the air with hands, acting like we were in a relationship or something. Her pointless way to make guys go away. I looked at her, my hand down, and thought, that was a dumb move. In fact, the first guy, tall, slim, and muscular, smiled, asking my friend if she was scared. They let us cross the road, acting like gentlemen. And the same guy, after I said thank you, started flirting and catcalling me, telling me I looked like a perfect woman in town. We entered the store to see if they were following us. Also, I was getting pretty creeped out by the way they were following us. Really close and chatting between each other in a different language. We started to talk and to shop and to avoid them even more. There was no one. I looked outside and there was 2 of them, waiting right next to the street store, looking inside and smiling at us, waving their hands and still catcalling. The thing that creeped me out the most was that it was a tall guy holding a pocket knife in the hands, and he was staring at me non-stop. My friend was heavy breathing. She has problems of anxiety, and like I said, she gets easily scared. I was getting scared. Those guys were not moving, until they got up and walked directly at the door. They wanted to come inside too, but we ran downstairs. As I heard the door opening, my friend screamed, "Hello?" hoping that someone was down there. A guy appeared, an excoriation in his 30s, looking at us quite surprised. I told him guys were, immediately goes upstairs. Noticing they were running away, he told us to be careful next time we walk around here. I was still creeped out, but I was pissed at the same time. 5 p.m. afternoon in the center of town, and they still tried to do something to us anyways. Rule to remember: if you have bad vibes regarding guys behind you, do not take sudden moves. You will show them you're scared, or at least worried about them. Number 2.
This encounter happened to me a while ago. I couldn't share it for a long time. For some background, I live in the country in Ohio. Down a long drive, fields on 2 sides, woods in the back. I'm about a mile away from town, so if I need police, I have to call the sheriff. I live with my husband and my boxer. The night this happened, my husband was getting some overtime at his factory. It was a Saturday and he was working 3rd shift. I had spent the evening at my parents' house and didn't head home until around midnight. I stopped in town at our 24-hour gas station to get some drinks and chocolate and a beef jerky for my dog Alizé. As I exit the gas station, I get this feeling that's so strong, I just look around because I knew someone was outside with me. Over to my left, about 20 feet away, is a girl in a really cute little dress with a white horse mask on, just standing there. We stared at each other for a minute before I hopped into my car and quickly pulled out onto the road, almost hitting a light pole as I belatedly checked my back seat for danger. That was unnerving, But I was home just a few minutes later, giving Alize her beef jerky and eating chocolate and watching TV. All of a sudden, my dog takes off down the hall to the back porch, barking and growling and attacking the window. I ran in there, afraid a window was going to get broken again. Alize broke a window trying to get a coyote once already, and I stopped dead in my tracks. There, standing at the window, is a horse mask. Again, we stared at each other. I looked over to the back door. Was it locked? Shit, I couldn't remember. Horse mask looks over at the door. Slowly, I walk over to it. So does horse mask. We both reach for the knob. It was locked. Horse mask looks behind her, and for the first time I look around my backyard. There is a guy in a horse mask too. I'm like, okay, this is enough, I'm calling the cops. I got Alize and shut the door to the porch, and went to the living room to get my cell phone. Of course, I left my phone in the car when I carried my stuff in the house. In my car that's in my garage. My dark garage. Basically, lacking any choice, I opened the door to the garage and tried to open my car door, but oh, guess what? I must have locked it and I didn't have the keys. I crept back into the house. No sign of Alize. No horse mask in the backyard that I could see from the kitchen window. I grabbed my keys and got the phone. I called the sheriff and told them what happened, and I was followed home and alone. They asked if they were still outside. I looked out of the windows room by room. Nothing. Until I got to my front yard. Right out front, there they were. Just standing about 100 feet away, holding hands. Staring. I honestly was crying at this point to the dispatcher, who assured me someone would be there soon. As I stood there, clearly on the phone, the girl waved. Then they walked hand in hand down my lane, out of sight. It took the sheriff 10 minutes to get there. They found nothing. Told me the guy probably sat in a car and they followed me. Just kids being kids, they said. My dog didn't come out of my bedroom the rest of the night. I sat up, listening to silence, until my husband got home. A couple weeks later, someone from the sheriff stopped by to follow up. They said they checked the camera at the gas station, but all it shows is the girl walk up by the dumpsters and stand there until I left and she walks away.